Okay, I got something really exciting to show you guys. You probably saw the newsletter where I made a magazine for Acquire. And so just bear with me if you already saw it. So first I want to show you, okay, this is a piece of paper when I was on Real Producers, right? This piece of paper got printed as one piece, 4 pages of a magazine, okay? So I had it printed, and then I made magazines for myself, and I would just stick this thing in the magazine, okay? Because I was like, oh, I'd go to a listing appointment or be with the client or whatever. So then I thought, well, I should make one for the brokerage. So what I did was, you can see this magazine, and I'll pass them around. It says, we can sell your home. It's got everybody's pictures, okay, in here. And it just says about Acquire and talks about how awesome we are as agents. Then I have this awesome spread right here. These are all the homes we've sold, well, not all of them, but some of the homes we've sold in Springs. So it doesn't matter if you're like one day as a realtor, you can say, this is what we sold. It's kind of cool. And then I have our philosophies, okay, which is just fluff.
So wait, so we're supposed to have a philosophy?
It's called Mark.
No, this is just our philosophies, like together, like we serve our clients.
Collective.
Then we have client testimonials, okay, and it's all, there's no names in it. It just says star was such a great realtor, I'd use them anytime. Okay, they're real testimonials, but we just took out names. Then we have recommended, vendors. We just throw in vendors in there, okay? Because it looks good when they're asking, who do you have for junk removal? Then we have, marketing strategies and, maximizing your exposure through the MLS is just fluff on what we do, okay? And then some of the homes we've sold, just threw that in there, this little spread, and it says deep roots, real results, your local experts in selling real estate. And then you have what we do with a little notes section, okay? But here's the cool thing. So if you guys said, all right, Rob, I want 30 of those books, they're like, and if I can get 200 books to print, they're like $3.56, something like that, right, Scott? Each. So 100 is $356, and you could have 100 books, and your picture is in the front, right? So that you can use for marketing tool. Now, the cool thing is back to this little insert. Zane was like, I want one of those inserts like that. Okay? So what we did is we made an Acquire Producers insert. See with Zane on there?
Nice, very nice.
Is that cool or what? Like it's a magazine.
Cool.
And then you open it up. It's got Zane's story and pictures of his family, kind of like that same type of thing. And it has to be a 4-page spread because it's just like that, where it's 4 pages. And then it's got him on this last page right before the recommended vendors.
Nice.
See that? So the book, if you did 100, or if we can get 200, so somebody can say, I want 30, and I want 50, and I want 100, I want 150, whatever. If we can at least just get 200, we can have the books printed cheap. But if you want a spread like this, where we would create, the producer, that was an extra, $110 for that to be printed and stapled into the book. Okay, so it'd be like $450 or something. Was that what he paid for 100? He bought 100 of these.
I think it's 500.
500?
Taxes and.
Oh, okay. I guess 500, but he bought 100
For 100 of them?
Yeah, but he bought. So the question is if you had an insert that you put in there, that was $100. But what if somebody didn't want to do a big old insert? They just wanted something like this, right? Just a 1-page front and back. You can also do that and stick it in a book. So you can get the books cheaper, and then you just get an insert separate, which would be cheaper, and then just throw it in the book. Because your picture is still right here, it just gives you a little extra.
Can you design that one-page insert? Like instead of going...
Yeah, we would help you
just-
design this
And put-
one-page
put your
insert
bio
front
in
and
there?
back. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because you could literally have something like the
Yeah.
choir producers, and then something, one page about your family or something bio.
Who designs like the layout? Like if you want the little 4-page thing added as,
We did, when I was in Maine, Scott and I spent like 3 hours online with Zane trying to fit in our assistant, trying to figure out exactly how to design
how to
that.
lay it out?
And then he went to Chat GPT and he said, hey, I got a family of 3 kids and blah, blah, blah. What should I say about myself? And they gave him a big old long thing, and so now he's got his bio. So that's kind of cool. So here, I'll pass these around so you can see what they look like if you want.
Sweet.
Okay. Then I also wanted to tell you, open up with an issue that I had that almost cost me my entire commission this weekend. So, how many of you guys, when you're doing a deal, sometimes you're at the bowling alley and you're like, here, let me go on my phone and do a little counter, or let me do has anybody ever done that before?
Not at the bowling alley.
Well, anywhere. A
Skydiving.
bar, a restaurant, right? Don't we all do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing that and talking to people, and I get an offer, and I go over it with my people, and they're like, hey, write up a counter. So I write up a counter and I send it to them, and I'm waiting for them to sign. I keep checking my phone, and I finally call and I go, hey, you guys, can you sign that counter so I can send it over? They said, we did sign the counter. I said, it's the one that I sent you like an hour ago, the last one I sent you.
They signed the contract.
I sent them the contract. So when you pull up an email and you have to check the box,
Yes.
I didn't check counter. I checked contract and sent it to them. We're talking, we raised the price $10,000. And then I had a bunch of other stuff I was trying to get rid of, that they wanted. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a $13,000 mistake. They signed the contract.
And they're the sellers?
They were my sellers.
Oh, shit.
Signed my because I checked the box because I was distracted. Right?
And it's
and
tiny.
it happens, even though you're making it big, and I check because when a contract comes in contracts, at the very bottom it says who it came in from, and has their name and stuff like that. Well, there's your boxes at the top, and then there's their boxes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I should have went to my counter, which was in my boxes, and I went to their, because I'm thinking, hey, that's and I sent the contract. And so, what would you guys do in that situation?
I would, and they had obviously already signed it.
They already signed it.
Oh, man, we
Like I kept calling them over an hour, going, please sign the counter. They signed it an hour and a half ago or so.
talk to that agent.
I would
Like,
talk
this
to
was
the
a
agent and
complete
say
mistake, like,
they signed it the
Communicate.
wrong
Yeah.
one inadvertently.
Yeah, just communicate the mistake.
That was my mistake. I
Yeah.
sent the wrong
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, just communicate.
But then
the
you gotta
mistake.
have them redo the whole thing. You gotta have them redo the offer
Yeah.
Did you
at the
withdraw?
counter
Boy,
price.
Right.
But
But
otherwise,
if you were that agent, and an hour and a half ago you saw signature
They come through.
on your contract, you're like, yes, and you call your buyer, you're like, hey, guess what? We are under contract.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Oops.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you?
Oh, man.
as a buyer agent, I'm working for my buyer. I would say, well, I'm gonna have to talk to them. That's their call, obviously, because
Right.
they've got a great deal. I would.
It's hard.
But I mean,
you
there's
can-
nothing, like, there's really no harm, no foul. It's so early in the thing. If
Right.
you had to send over a termination, you just send over a
Well, the
termination.
seller
That first
can't
contract
terminate.
is still live, right?
Damage,
First,
anything.
your
Some-
first.
No,
seller
they
can't
sent the
terminate.
contract to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would think.
We
your
went
fir-
over it.
I would think
It
your
was
first
blank.
contract would still be live without a termination.
It is the first contract.
It was the
Oh.
first
And
contract.
then you sent it again.
Yes. Is that wicked?
So
And I put in the
as a
email-
seller, you have no outs.
Here's the worst part. I said, here's the counter you need to sign for what we discussed.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Click. You know,
So they didn't
that
even
contract
go
went
over.
over and she just went to the bottom like, oh!
You know, I have a,
Thanks for
I
signing
have
it.
a real life scenario just like
That's
that.
a real life fear.
I
Yeah.
represented the buyer, and we're buying a piece of land in Cathedral Pines. It was like $190,000, and
That was a few years ago.
yeah,
190,000.
I'll tell you what it was. It was,
Back in the 90s.
it was 2013,
Okay.
and we wrote. I think we decided our offer was 180. So it was 195, and we offered 185. Cash deal, close in 3 weeks. And I get a counter, and the counters are they massage the dates a little bit, and seller to provide proof of funds for within 3 business days, and that was it. And I call the other agent. I go, really? So just a couple housekeeping issues, and great. I'm sending the counter over right now. We'll be under contract here in about 20 minutes. Great. Thanks a lot, Dave. Blah blah blah. Right. So we're doing the process, and I get a call about 2 days before closing saying, "We have a problem, Dave. The contract is for $180 or $190,000. We countered at 190, and I'm actually in Maine on vacation
How come everything's with me?
It's always on.
with my
it's always on
phone
vacation.
going,
Disneyland.
yeah, you didn't counter anything on price." And what he had done was in the counter, he checked the box that said remove price table.
Oh.
So, and when you
Oh.
do that, you email it out, that paragraph is omitted.
Oh, yeah, it was gone.
Yeah, so
And-
you guys don't even
And
see it.
I said, well, your guys signed this and sent it to us, and then you sent it to us. So, I'll ask my guy, but I can tell you right now, he's not gonna give up $5,000. So sure enough, my guy goes, he's just trying to sell it out from underneath. He's got another, I go, he can't do anything. They're either gonna sell it now, or the judge is gonna tell him to sell it. So
So that was, you guys had, go ahead.
he ate his whole commission
Oh, yeah, totally.
was gone. I think he made like $300 on the deal. So he had to eat it. The other.
But that was 2 days before closing,
Oh,
so you had to.
yeah, he gets the settlement sheet right.
That's a little
Well, this isn't
different.
right.
Right, you had to
Yeah.
do that because, for your client, but for me, I was thinking, okay, this was right in the beginning, so I have really got to figure out what to do. So I called that agent and I said, hey, my client accidentally signed the contract. I have a counter that I've been waiting for them to sign. I didn't want to just tell them that I made a mistake, because then they might play hardball. They might
Right.
play hardball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd
well.
be nicer.
So
to
I
the
said they
client.
accidentally signed, you know how that is, that kind of thing. And she was, uh-huh. And I said, so I guess there's 2 options here. Your buyer could be a total jackass and hold her to it, right? Or, and we would have to go with that. Or we can just send the counter and you can talk to them and tell them it was an accident. And she said, yeah, go ahead and send it over. And then she called back and said, well, it's FHA. Are you gonna work with us if there's an FHA problem, with different things and whatnot? And we said, absolutely, we're gonna work with you. Because we upped at $10,000, so I'm sure we're gonna have, if there's a couple thousand in FHA stuff, we can deal with that. And so she said, okay. But then I just got to thinking that even if they didn't, if she wanted to say, we're playing hardball, we would not have dealt with the FHA stuff. It would have died anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but that was just luck, right?
Yeah.
I think
But
your
I
first
guess-
avenue is communicating It's,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
The communication.
But I had to think about it for like 20, 30 minutes before I called her, because I didn't know what to do.
How do I word this
How
without bringing it
do
all
I
on
get
me?
through this? Well, that would have cost me my entire commission.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
kind
that
of
whole
nice
thing.
though that someone with as much experience as you
It's
have
just-
still makes
feel
some
so bad.
Oh,
mistakes.
That's one of my biggest fears. I don't ever send my clients the contract
To sign.
in the hyperlink. I send them a PDF.
Same.
Oh,
That's
that's a
what I do
good
too.
I
one.
go,
Oh,
I
that's a
need
good
to
one.
present the
First.
contract, so I save it as a PDF and I send that to them.
That's a
Somebody
great
told me that when they
idea.
were,
Yeah.
like
So
they
when it
can't
was
access
Yeah.
COVID
it.
times, because they were getting 30.
And then you just
40.
load it up after that?
Because I've heard of horror
You know,
stories.
Yeah,
about
then you would
contracts.
send
Right.
and say, let
You
me
send
have you
that
sign
first
it.
I
one
don't
and
send
then
them
click
the
send.
hyperlink unless I need them to sign it.
Yeah.
So
That's a great
yeah, I
idea.
always send.
Because
it.
I was trying to think of what can I do to not, I mean, I haven't done that in 25 years, but, you know, one mistake you'll reel for, you know, I'd be
Technology's great
hating
until it's
life
not.
for,
You can also send
years.
yourself the email from because what I do too, sometimes I'll send it from CTME to me first and then I open it and check it
Send
and then
the
I'll send
PDF.
it.
Yeah.
Can you, the girl that was on the other end, the other realtor, she says, oh, I always make the contract where you can't sign it. Like, can you go in and say not active, or is there like a button that you can?
Just PDF version.
Okay, it has to be the PDF.
That's what I do.
No,
Yeah.
you can do those enables. There's a little.
Yeah, is there like a
Yeah.
non-enable? I think she
Yeah.
said.
But you
Can
can't do that on theirs
on theirs.
because it's already been enabled because they submitted a contract.
That's
by
right. You
autograph
can't do.
or by
Only
the
she
signature.
can unenable.
Well,
Yeah.
the easiest thing to do is to take that contract and there's a button on the side that says save to Docs Management. Save it to Docs Management, which allows you to email it as a PDF.
Oh, so when you
And
hit
then-
save, okay.
Yeah, and then if they want to sign it, then you can send them the hyperlink, they can sign it, and then you can hit that button again and overwrite that original contract with the signed one.
Right.
And then it keeps it all in CTM, all in Docs Management. You can do the same thing with the PDF and then send the link. You don't have to download and upload and all that stuff.
And
Oh.
the reason I do that is so many times I'll say, don't sign this, but sign the other, I just don't want to trust,
Yeah.
I don't trust, because, people say, oh, I signed it last week. And I'm like, well, no, you didn't, because I never got notified. So, well, I put it in there and hit whatever, and, they didn't go through the save, accept.
Yeah.
I've had people send me a screenshot of their signature on it, but I go, you still have to save it, and so
Right.
it's rocket science for a lot of people.
Now, has anybody ever had any issues with a TC doing something wrong like that? I mean, because if you think about it, we really have to monitor the TCs too. We got to monitor everybody.
Not the lenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the lenders.
Title.
Especially the lenders.
Should. Double check you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So I thought I'd bring that up because I'm definitely gonna pay attention a little bit better now.
But
It
you should
takes
be able
one
to do
scare
that.
like that.
Because we run into, I don't know if you run into that, but I've had underwriters ask, like if you have the initials enabled, it'll pop up like, or does that, in CTM, does that always
I never enabled
disable the initials?
I never do the initial.
Because
then you have to have it on
Most
every
people don't
page.
Yeah.
do it.
Because if you have it enabled, then that's one more thing your people have to do.
That's
They
right.
do that
Yeah, that's
same-
right.
If it's not there, then.
And
they
you
say,
don't
hey.
need it because it's not 27 pages,
Yeah.
it's one document.
Yeah.
You can't
But
manipulate
you should be
page
able to do the same
14.
with the signatures. You
file.
should send it out. You can send that out with that little.
I think the
yeah,
best thing
disable
is to
button.
send that PDF, like you said,
Absolutely.
as soon as that contract comes over, because I'm constantly sending the contract going, do not sign anything until we discuss. Do you do that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do not sign until
Yeah,
we
some people
discuss.
see that
What
and
did you
they're
guys
like, okay.
do? I mean, what did you do during COVID when you were getting 30 offers on a house? How did you get them to not? How many mistakes did that?
Oh, yeah, what did we do?
Here's what I did. I
PDF,
killed
I mean,
Killed
several trees.
27 of them.
And I would print, so I had like 18 offers on a listing, and so I printed every one of them.
Did you really?
Wow.
I did, but just because I needed to sort it through, I'm a hard copy guy. I will print and proofread.
Wow.
Versus
Side by
on,
side.
that's how I am. And so, and then I get a sheet of paper and write with a Sharpie, price, all the highlights, right? And then I'd walk into the client's house and I go, okay, here we go.
Here's a shuffle.
And last place
Yeah.
is full price. Right?
Here's this
And,
one.
and I go, and then I would have them initial the front page of the contract. So if
That they
anybody
saw it.
says, you didn't present my offer, I'll have a hard copy.
Yeah.
And then we get to the ones, I say,
Yeah.
here's, to me, here are the top three, in my opinion.
Well, what I did is I would just say, I'd send like all of them, and then I'd say, this person's a single person, this one is just a
Here's their
family with
love
2
letter.
good kids, this one, no.
Yeah,
So,
This one's an illegal alien.
yeah. Here's our discrimination checklist.
You still have a license, huh? You're not in jail?
So you can pick which one you want. No,
Yeah,
but
This
that
one,
was
the
a tough
agent-
time.
This one, the agent said she's, on her business card, tenacity driven. Okay, we'll throw that one away.
Dude, there's no outs for the seller anywhere?
None,
Just the resolution.
none.
How's it?
It's specific performance
Yeah.
for the seller
Right.
all the
Yeah,
time.
this is like trying to go through the 20.
There's
some
no
pages
seller's
in my head.
remorse, man.
Yeah.
They
How
are
to get out of
married.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a suck.
The only thing you can do is just deny every inspection item. We're not
Yeah.
fixing anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Which,
But
by the
buyer's
way,
agent has to know that too, right? I mean, like this is going to be a nightmare. to
What do you want?
close.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what's your question?
I don't know if there
No outs for the seller,
There's
you said.
Yeah.
absolutely no outs other than dates.
Yeah, no, there's no
Yeah.
dates.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have a seller that signed a contract once for $1.3 million. And they called me the next day and said, Rob, we don't want to sell our house now. We decided we just can't take this. We don't want to sell our house. Get me out of this contract. I said, I can't unless they don't turn in the earnest money on time. And guess what? It didn't come in on time.
Oh, no, you're lucky.
Wow.
It was in the mail, like a FedEx from New York or whatever, and it didn't come, so I canceled the contract, and everybody was so pissed off at me, but I couldn't help it. They wanted out. I got them out. They're still in that house today, and that was like 10 years ago.
So
Wow.
I'm trying to think. So even in the closing, right? You guys have at the very bottom. There's a time of closing, right? Closing funding. Like if you fill
Yep.
that out. So I'm trying to think. I had one in Boulder, $70,000 earnest money, and like they had a cash buyer sitting with their cash because if we didn't fund the loan by 9 o'clock,
Yes.
contract's dead, right?
Yes.
So you put that in there, and then they had the buyers, the other
Right.
buyers.
That's why those
Cash
amendments to extend is so important. And you know, there's so many realtors that go, oh, well, we'll just close tomorrow. Yeah, we'll just close tomorrow or whatever.
So you
And
have
they
to.
pass a day, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I don't do that. I let them do that. Like,
Yeah.
if it benefits my seller, I'll let that happen. But if it doesn't benefit him, I'm making sure I'm doing the minute sense. Which, by the way, did anybody sign up for the thing on Monday? The
26.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you got that? You're there. You're there,
Annual
Doug.
commission
I took
update.
mine with Bill.
Yeah.
We were
Are you
in
doing
a-
that? You guys already did
What's
it.
happening?
It's an
Oh,
update
is Bill doing
course.
it this year?
You don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, filled up
Heather
great
did it
because
last
they're,
week.
it's free.
It's through
Yeah.
Cox Education.
Wait,
So-
wait. Maybe she does need
She
it.
does
You got
need
your license. No, you got your license. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, she just went through
Yeah,
the
this one,
ring.
he's doing his through Cox too. Yeah, he's doing it
Did you
now.
do the
Oh,
update
this
course
is
yet?
good.
Yeah, they're gonna-
You want to do it on Monday with us? We're all going to an update course.
It's 4 hours.
It's at the Pikes Peak Library.
I talked to her this morning.
It's on the email, so I just sign up for it.
Yeah, it's on the announcements on the newsletter.
Yeah, I talked to her this morning. They only have a couple more slots left, so
Okay, so yeah, right afterwards, go to that link and sign up.
it's just right here at the library.
I
It's
go,
$40, but you know, we're there 4 hours.
If
So you
not,
get
I'll
four-
do
you get your 4
Friday,
hours.
yeah.
You'll get your
Yeah,
4
the-
hours.
The
4
association
credits.
is free too, so you can.
I'd go, but I'm gonna be
Oh, really?
having, tequila sunrise on the beach.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I think that sounds like more
Nice.
fun.
That's not rude.
No.
Rubbing it
I
in.
didn't think you had to share that. Commit to yourself.
I did take it a couple weeks ago, last week. 2 weeks ago
Okay.
with Damien Cox.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Anything crazy that?
Here's something. If you have a listing from 2025 that's still active in 2026, you have to redo the seller's property disclosure with the new form.
Really?
Oh, really?
Much longer.
You don't have to
Is it
do
longer?
a new listing contract, but the contract states that the seller has done the most recent.
Oh, so I gotta redo all my
All those
seller's
seller's property
disclosures.
disclosures
That
have to be
sucks.
redone. So,
I know.
Really?
yeah.
That sucks, doesn't
And
it?
it's,
Did they take out paragraph 29, buyer's commission? Did they take that out of the contract?
Oh, no.
No?
Thank God.
They took.
Did you hear that they did?
I heard they were gonna take it out, and it was because it was just gonna be a request that they had to, because we're not required to put that in there. And so they were talking about just taking that out completely, and that the buyer's agent just has to request it and they purchase the contract. But they must not have taken it out.
No, I think they're going to leave it in because it has the language in there to allow something for the broker to be part of the contract that's between the buyer and the seller. That's the beauty of that whole paragraph. I mean, I think that's a good, I think they should have been doing that from the beginning, but, and then of
Can I
course,
send you the NAR statistics? Did everybody see the NAR statistics for 2025?
Hold on one second. What'd you say Bill said about it?
Can I send it to you?
Bill was talking about
email
the
or
percentage of like 29.1 versus they thought
Yeah.
29.2 would get checked more frequently.
Okay.
But it was like 70% was
It's 29.
yeah, where the seller pays directly
Which
versus
really
the brokerage
didn't
firm.
change anything.
Yeah.
It was like almost no change because it was over 70-some%. Check that box. I
Yeah.
forget what he said, but it was over 70-some%.
Wow.
There's
Which makes sense, because the third option it just requires.
The informed
paperwork.
consent is a
Nobody
big thing
wants to do more paperwork.
that we talked about before. They took out paragraph 5.3 because it wasn't adequate,
I guess not, you're not made of
but
glass.
now
Yeah,
they
exactly.
didn't,
I'm shiny.
they didn't fix it, so we, I don't know, I think it's a setup, we're all about to get audited.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
How many of you guys have been on it?
I've been
I've been
audited from
audited.
education.
I've had education audit,
education,
but
yeah.
I've never been
For
audited.
education, I got audited, the whole company got audited one time.
Okay.
That was the scariest time of my life. Like it was a ghost town here. The auditors came in and everybody's like, hey, let me know when you're done. I was here for 3 days by myself. It was horrible. 3 days? Yeah. They literally sat, and you know what they did? They came in and they said, we want all the files where agents did transactions with themselves or a family member. That's where they want to
Most
see.
concerned.
That's
Really?
where we would definitely do something wrong.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the things that I thought was interesting is that the brokerage firm is responsible for everybody, right? And if anyone is doing property management, they obviously need trust accounts, even if it's their own property.
Only if you took a security deposit.
Oh, wait, say that again?
Only if you took a security deposit.
Only-
Because I have 3 that I never took before I ever had a license. I never even took a security deposit.
Right, I guess if you're not holding
Yeah.
money,
The
you don't
only
need
time,
a- yeah.
you don't need a trust account unless you have a security deposit.
Right,
that you
right,
took.
unless you're holding money,
Yeah.
right. So if you're holding a
So you
security
don't need it for
deposit,
the monthly deposits.
if you're, yeah, other people's money,
Yeah.
you have
Wait,
to.
so,
Okay, let's say I have a rental at 1234 Main Street,
uh-huh.
and I'm renting it out, and I collect security deposit. That has to be held in a trust account.
Oh, okay.
And if not,
You divorced already?
I'm liable as a licensee.
Oh,
I'm liable as a licensee, and you're liable as my broker.
okay. Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
I mean,
Even
that
though I
happens.
don't know what you have.
Right.
So,
That happens.
Wow,
You
that's-
have to be aware.
yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna have to start like seeing if you guys have all rentals. If you have rentals that you're managing yourself.
I got 3.
Are you
No security
serious?
deposits, though,
Dead
right?
serious, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never taken I rent them to friends.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
I've
learn
never
on
taken-
Monday.
I've never taken any
Everything's
security
changing.
deposit.
But rent's okay when they pay
Rent
rent.
is okay because that's going to your account. It's not their money anymore at that point.
Yeah, it's gotta be other people's
How about
money.
this one? If I'm the employing broker and I give a property to Rachel and she manages it, is my funds commingled with the general population? Do I have to have a separate account? That's one for the attorneys.
No, because that's her trust account.
No, it's acquires.
Matt will answer that because he's got a lot of rentals on one day.
It's under my
But
license.
she's taking.
Matt,
yeah.
Right, that is like,
forget Matt's last
if I have one
He's up
property
in
with
Denver,
her,
so he's
Yeah.
does she have to have
broker
separate
for
trust
5
accounts
years
for
ago.
me?
So,
So that's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. This is so interesting, guys. This is so good for title and lenders.
It's kind of scary.
Look at how many 923,000 realtors did 0 transactions.
Oh.
But you know what, though?
That's been
I'm
a
an
progressive
expert.
number. That number's been
Yeah.
progressive for the past couple of years.
And then you have 1 through 4,
The majority.
but then you go all the way up. So
Oh, no, majority. That
depending on where you're at, like Doug, Doug, you're like 0.8%. You're in the top 1% of the entire nation in realtors. Like, is that insane or what? Like,
crazy.
that's stuff that you should be marketing to your clients somehow, right?
Yeah. I'm in the top 71%, the top 30%. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But man, if you did one a month, I mean, still, that you could
But you
say
know
I'm
what,
in the
though?
top 4% in the nation.
That's not a fair, it's not like, there's a lot of agents that have their license and that are members of NAR, that just have their license and are members of NAR. Period. Just in case. Just in case, you know.
Yes,
So it's not
71%.
like there's 923,000 people that are
active.
looking
working.
for nickels on the
Okay, but here's the where this could help the lenders and the title people. If you're going after realtors, how do you weed through the 71% that you don't even want to have lunch with? You know what I'm saying?
We got different tools.
We have different. We know who you're doing business with.
Okay,
It shows all
okay.
of
You
that.
guys
It's
have
just like
the
how
same
we can
stuff.
pull people who are 2 to 4 million.
I mean, before you meet with so when I get called by every lender and his brother, do you think they have looked to see how many transactions
Some
I've
have,
heard?
some
Yep.
have.
Some have, we do it on everybody. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when I was with her, like, yeah, we would do it on everybody. We know where you're sending your
I do.
bills.
I mean, if I'm going to talk to an agent and they're using Rick, and I can see they've got 8 transactions with Rick. I think I called you once.
Oh, you can see
And then I
that
looked
they
and I was
actually
like,
used Rick?
Oh shit, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not gonna
can-
call.
You can
Yeah,
see
you,
it.
you know where to spend your
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
There's some intel that we can do. That
Or
we
if
can
it's
get.
you know, like, I mean, I look all the time. I see a bunch of my friends. I'm like, gosh, I liked working with, you know, we'll work with them as a listing agent.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call that person for the next, and then you look and you're like, oh, they work with so and so. Like, I'm not gonna go after that person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is an eye opener when you
Yeah.
see that because all of a sudden you feel like you're a rock star.
It's,
It's,
I don't care where you're at, you feel like a rock. If you're 1 to 4, you feel like a rock star. You know what I'm saying?
And isn't it true that, like, I've seen
even
some.
worse.
Close
on
one
the
deal,
lending
you're in the
side.
I
top
was just
15%.
gonna
That's right, top
Like, just to
15%.
make some money, you need to probably
Yeah,
close
it's
10
worse.
deals a year,
Like,
right?
it's
As a real
bigger
estate agent,
Yeah.
right? To even make $100,000,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna
Oh,
close
be
10,
in the-
probably 10.
It honestly
Yeah,
depends on
1%,
where
right?
your,
Like,
well, it
every year,
depends
I
on
mean,
where
I don't-
your.
I don't know.
And what, yeah, and where you're, like,
I don't think I've
what
hit
you're
that
paying
one.
for marketing and all of that
Done it,
stuff
but-
after, that's a big chunk
But
down.
that,
So, it's a misconception that all real estate agents are rich, you know, or that they're making money because obviously
I
not.
I mean,
What I
seeing
would
that
say
one
is-
hundred
Just
Anybody
his team
under-
did $1 billion.
Probably 5
What's his
deals
name?
a year
Should be
is
wrong.
not advertising.
No.
So they don't have any expenses other than gas.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's why we're
Right.
also seeing so many
Right.
people
Yeah.
moving companies right now because they're realizing that they have to put money towards their marketing and not towards the brokerage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
How do people do, like, I know it's because I haven't reached it yet, but like 100 to 300 deals, like how do people like not
Those are teams.
stress?
Those are teams.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, how are they
You
doing
create a
that?
whole
Yeah.
real estate company.
They have
That would
30
be so
people on their
stressful.
team.
Like, how are you
Jeffrey
handling
Johnson.
everything?
Yeah,
Like,
30
making
people
sure
on
your
their team
transactions
and
are
everything has to go
supplemented?
under their name.
Mm-hmm.
I got, okay,
Yep.
I didn't
That's
know.
Like
why-
if everybody listed all their properties under Ralph,
Yeah.
Yeah,
then it would look like he did 150.
Yeah,
transactions.
exactly.
But I mean, I guess an agent can do like up to 30 transactions by themselves, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
still
oh, absolutely.
stressful, I feel,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
make sure you're doing your due
He
diligence.
just did it in 25. He's in that.
Yeah, as long as you've got, I've got TC too, so.
Okay, it helps, but making sure you're providing that fiduciary duties that each of them need, you
Yeah.
know, when you get so inundated, I feel like you start to lose some
I
of
think if you
that.
go much, you could probably, I mean, 30, it's pretty stressful, but especially my one client. No, but, yeah, you go much more than that, you gotta really, to maintain, you gotta have someone, like, I'll probably bring in a buyer's agent
An
this year.
assistant, somebody to help out.
Yeah.
It's like, how
Yeah.
do you provide the best service that you can when you're
Right.
all over the place? I feel like you lose some of that if you don't have.
Yeah,
What was your
Yeah.
percentage of listings to buyers?
90-10.
90 listings
Nice.
versus, yeah, so I mean, that makes it a little easier to.
Yeah, mainly listings.
Yeah,
About 10%.
that's usually the progression of real
Yeah,
estate.
buyers
is
definitely take more time.
versus money. And,
Right.
Yeah. no,
We were talking
it's-
earlier about, maybe it was you or something, that when you started, or,
Oh.
working with buyers. Yeah, I think the longest I worked with one buyer was 3 years. But they also,
Well, yeah,
we also
we're-
bought $1 million house,
Yeah,
so was
right.
it worth
It was
it?
worth it.
Yeah.
I was telling Doug about your experience when you first came in. You were like, dude, I love your job. It's so, man, it's so easy. And then like 3 or 4 months later, you're like,
Oh, this
I
sucks.
never want to sell another house
Yeah, I won't do this
again.
at all.
Who
man.
wants to sell a house for me? I hate it so bad.
Look at time versus money. I just want to be a loan officer. man.
Just saying, if you throw those out there, I mean, I'll take them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we got a nice Jaffa buyer coming up. So.
Oh,
Should be a winner.
Jason's gonna start auctioning off their.
Yeah, exactly.
Who do I have to pay the least?
Yeah, exactly.
oh my goodness. That's funny. But think about the leads companies that are all trying to get their hands in our pockets. So they have to
Oh.
weed through. They're calling all the
But
923,000.
That's where
I
they
get calls
shifted
all
to
the
what you were
time.
talking
Well,
about.
no,
Now it's a
they're gonna
referral
call
fee.
they're gonna call the people who have done 0 deals. Because it's all money to them. You know, they don't
Let's
care
get
if
them
it's
Give us
Yeah.
5,000 bucks up
He's gonna
front.
call them,
So
but
that
That's gonna be a
person
waste
at the
of time.
bottom of that list is willing to
They're
give
just
up
looking for the
40%
person to say,
commission to
okay.
the lead company versus you.
they don't care. if
Right,
it's
that's true.
Like, that's not worth my
That's
time
true.
unless if
Yeah.
I only have to give up 25%.
They
Yeah.
only the companies that take a split will look for the higher agent. The ones who charge per appointment or per month or something like that, they'll go after anybody. But the
Yeah.
ones who go after we'll do it for a 25 referral fee. They want the high producers that are going to close, so they get that referral fee.
Yeah, they want somebody that will close. Exactly. Yeah. Interesting stuff, though. But can't wait to see where we all fall in line. In 2026. I mean, we're going to feel so good about ourselves.
Isn't there another lawsuit out there right now from those same people who
Don't
sued
mention
NAR?
Yeah, NAR.
I think there's it's the Zillow thing.
It
right
might
now.
be
It's that same-
reversed. No, the NAR thing for Section 29, all that crap, that might get reversed.
After all
I
the
just read a whole article and I was like, oh
after
my
all the
goodness.
hysteria.
After all of that.
Yeah.
Well, you know
They-
what? It's well,
Yeah.
the media
After
controlled the
the
narrative,
attorneys
which was NAR. They were horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the media is telling the public that sellers aren't going to have to pay buyer agents anymore.
You say thousands.
You know,
Yeah.
and okay, well, good luck with that. That's not the reality. And then once all that died down, it's actually, I mean, I was all worried about, wow, how are we going to let people know what the co-op is? Or how am I going to find out what the co-op is? And now it's just like, hey, we're putting it in the contract.
Right.
And if they want to count, it's just like closing costs.
Yeah.
We never once called and said, hey, well, not never, but rarely, if we're asking for $5,000 in concessions, did we call and ask them if they would do that? We just put it in the contract. And this
Yeah.
it's
And now
safest
there's a
stuff,
spot for it.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it is with the commission.
I
Yeah.
like to tell people, if you can tell me who's actually paying, is it the buyer or seller, I'll quit real estate.
Right.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
If you tell me what,
So is it the buyer who's bringing all the money to the table, or is it the seller paying out of an unrealized gain? Like, who's actually paying for like everything? I don't know.
It's all in the sale price. It's all divvied up.
Because usually it's like, okay, what do I need to net?
But I just saw
I
some
need
accounting
850
listing,
to net,
and
so I gotta sell it for
they
that.
actually spelled out I forget, what is it, section 4 or 5 in the listing contract that you spell out what you're gonna pay.
Right.
The agent that brings the buyer, they had that listed out at 2.5 in the listing contract. So like right out of the gate, they're already doing that. So I know you don't do that. You list 0. But
To
prep
share.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's the outcome.
So it was
Right.
a 5 total and then 2.5 to the buyer,
Yeah.
the buyer's agent.
I just say 3.
And you say
I'll
3.
they'll send whatever they want in their contract. So, but this is this is what I would expect.
Yeah.
You know, and
But
then
that's
we
the
can
whole point of that
negotiate.
lawsuit, was to have the conversation with the client so they're not.
well, I have
Know where
sellers
their
all the
money's
time that
going.
say, I don't wanna pay a buyer's agent. And I just tell them,
You don't want to sell your
I
house.
go,
You wanna
yeah,
sell your
you're not
house.
gonna be able to sell your house, because if a buyer's agent brings their buyer, you might be able to get away with giving them only 2.5%, but if you go lower than that, the buyers walk away, so we won't be able to sell your house.
Especially
They're like, what?
now.
I thought this NAR side, you know, and
Yeah.
they say stuff, and I go, well, it basically,
He is not
you know,
your friend.
it just separated everything, but it's still the same.
The market spoke for itself.
That's what I tell
People
them.
still like to get paid.
All of my exclusives all say my fee only. I never put the
Yeah, so
buyer's
this
agent
one, I hadn't seen one with a.
in. Yep.
other
Well,
side.
and now, one of the good things I feel that came out of this, the buyer agency agreement doesn't have the choice of who's obligated. It used to be buyer's not obligated, buyer is obligated if the seller or listing company doesn't pay me.
Oh, section 29 is now one.
No, in the buyer agency.
Where it says-
Oh, buyer agency, yes,
Remember, we
yes,
used to- we
that's
could
right.
say buyer is
So,
obligated
buyer
or
is
buyer is not obligated?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
that not obligated went away, so that's the only option, buyer is obligated. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, you know, I would always mark buyer is obligated, and if they got puffy chest, I go, well, would you take a job if your boss said, you know, and at the end of every month, you might get paid? You would raise your hand and say, what does that mean? So I think I'm worth getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, do you want somebody that wants to work for free? You know, you get what you pay for,
Yeah.
you know?
That update course, I guess, will be interesting on Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I usually just read through it and do it in like in 10 minutes.
The course, online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting actually sitting in one for 4
So
hours.
you'll see it in this one, but they showed pictures of people doing it at home, having cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
With the camera up here.
Yeah.
So it's-
Getting their hair done.
Getting their hair
On
done.
December 29th.
Yeah. Oh, that is
yeah.
a new one too. So next for 2027, you have to take it before
July
July. 1st.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah! Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
I never understood that on your side. Like, why are
I
you
never
using
said
the
wait
contract
till the
that
last
you
all year
all year
long.
long and you have no idea?
Exactly.
So I just had this
Well, that makes
conversation with
sense.
I'm curious to know your thoughts. Actually, I just had this conversation with an agent about the inspection resolution, and I had to show her when it was passed, because it's all right there on the contract, when it passed, when it went into effect, and what it meant. But you guys, like, when you do an inspection resolution, it is an amendment to the contract.
Absolutely.
Mhm, yes, it
She had
is.
no idea.
It's
Oh yeah,
fine.
nobody does.
Nobody does.
Even
So
though we
still,
all
like,
know
for
it should
10
be.
years I'm explaining this still. And so I was trying to tell her, she mentioned a whole bunch of stuff about foundation issues and all, like grading and water issues, and I was like, she's like, no lender ever asked me for the inspection resolution. I was like, well, that's not true. Out of the gate, and it does say right in the resolution that buyer must provide to buyer's lender.
Yeah,
Says-
but
says
how
right
many lenders, well, I don't know if you know this, but I do, they're always telling me, we don't wanna know anything, Rob.
Right.
Well,
They
that
don't
was-
want that resolution.
Depends on
Yeah,
the
that's
loan,
extra
maybe.
work.
Have you guys ever been through that?
Yeah.
Nobody wants it until you change a flipping price, or you change a sale price, or you change a concession amount, or you try to do some sort of, like credit somehow
Right,
along the
yeah.
way. And then you get down to closing, and you find, and some lender goes, well, you can't do that. There's not enough, you don't have enough room in there. There's not enough concessions. So I only say that, I want it to make sure that you don't have these hiccups at closing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like to see it to make sure that you're not pissed off at me the day of closing when you go, well, yeah, of course, I never sent you I never sent you the inspection resolution or any amendment or anything like that, but it's part of the contract.
Yeah. it's
And so
no-
when you're
Yeah.
changing sale price, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had that even before that it was, before Oliver changed that I'd show up and they'd be like, oh yeah, your numbers are wrong. Like our sale price is 10 grand different. I'm like, well, you're not closing today because I can't make that change today.
Right.
So now I'm the asshole because.
Oh, yeah, because in the
because
resolution it
agent
says they'll do
didn't share-
10,000 different
So that's the
price.
only reason I ask for it.
Yeah.
I asked for it because I want to make sure that when you go to closing, those numbers are the same numbers you told me about that we've been working with for 30 days.
Yeah.
So in reality, yes, it is part of the contract and you should share it with your lender,
Yep.
whether you do it on a side amendment or wherever. But at the end of the day, title company
Well,
could pull that.
so as
I had that one
agents-
happen where you guys did something, not you.
As
pointed at you like
agents,
you
we
did.
do the resolution, and if it says price to be, 20,000 low or whatever, because of
Yeah.
foundation or whatever, we always go, well, let's do an amendment to the price and keep the resolution because it says that there's a foundation issue.
Yeah. So in reality,
Yeah.
I'm an attorney, so I'm not
And you
telling
guys
how to do
get
it.
you guys get all the amendments and just say have a price change. You guys don't know anything.
So I
about
had that happen where you basically it referenced something in an amendment, and then title sent us all the
Yeah,
amendments.
yeah.
And then it was like, well, yeah, shit, you got a $40,000 foundation
Issue.
like, now you got a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't do it. I try to tell people I don't do it. I don't ask for them to police you. I just ask for them. If you had a cash buyer, you do whatever the hell you want.
Right. Yeah.
You got someone financing.
Yeah.
I gotta balance that between an underwriter and what they want to see and what they don't want to see. So but yeah, I've had that happen more than I'd like to, where I get these random amendments. I'm like,
Why didn't I get this?
Why didn't you tell me about this $40,000 roof that you're?
Oh, there goes.
Yeah.
So let's say you sign an inspection resolution, and then you want to get rid of it. How do you do that? Is that just an amendment?
You want to get rid of?
Yeah. So there's an
resolution.
inspection resolution for seller to credit buyer $1,000, and then you want to end up getting rid of it. You just an amend.
Yes.
Amended,
Say
yeah.
the inspection resolution.
To
did
delete
it,
an
is it
inspection
valid, or
resolution
is it-
dated.
is
Oh,
withdrawn?
no.
Yeah.
You're supposed to withdraw the resolution and then draft the amendments for what you're.
There's no way to withdraw the resolution.
Uh,
There's a way to withdraw the
objection. I said that wrong.
But once there's
Withdraw
a
the
resolution
objection.
that's signed, that's just like that's an amend extend.
Yeah.
So that's binding language.
Or you.
So you would just have an amend, extend, stain,
We're not.
inspection resolution dated.
Yes, but what
January
happens
10th.
is that's the technical, that's the legal right way. But lenders will call and they go, we don't want that.
Right.
Just send us an amendment for 1,000.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of files out there that just
Yeah.
they have the 1,000 in that, and they have the 1,000 in an amendment
Yeah,
because the
so-
lender
So in
freaks out.
reality, if you're the buyer, you could go, hey, you wrote this in 2 spots.
Absolutely,
That's
you could.
$2,000.
That's
And then
2,000.
you're-
That's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you're in trouble. So I'm an
Well,
idiot.
that's how
I
you
try
do
to
it.
I try to do things the right way, the way it was intended to be. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Oliver used to come.
Yeah, if you double up.
You might have
double
come to our
up.
office when we were at Nova.
Yeah,
We
it
had
was my time.
70 people in that little Nova office, and Oliver
Yes.
was like,
Oliver
"You're
was dead by the
supposed to
time.
tell them
It's all the
that
verbiage.
you got a deficiency."
Yeah,
So
right.
you scream. So anyway, I've always tried to do
Yeah.
it the right way.
Yeah.
Well,
But I get
title
pushback.
lenders always tell me that
I'll be
on the amend, always put the total amount.
Yeah.
That way, if you put in 1,000 in the resolution and 1,000 in the amend, you say you should say in the amend, there's a total of 1,000 because that
Yeah.
that is after the resolution.
It's nice
has to
now because
exceed-
there's a 4.2 section. You can just say section 4.2
Yeah.
to be X.
Right,
And
right.
then, it doesn't matter which
Instead of saying
spot.
1,000 on this one and 1,000 that one, then they consider that 2,000.
yeah.
So in the amend, you just say concessions, if you're changing it to 1,000, so you say concessions shall be a total of
Total of,
1,000.
Yeah. So that's what
Well,
used to happen.
yeah, but if you have
You're
an
like, wait a
amend
minute, you got two.
And an inspection
the buyer would go,
resolution, you don't need
It says
the
1,000
Yeah.
here and it says
Yeah.
1,000 here. I want
Because the
2,000.
inspection resolution is an amend.
Right. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you're like adding multiple dollar figures together,
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of the telecom have to go, okay, here's 500, here's 1,000, here's this, here's that. You just put in the amend. The total should be this amount, and then they just have to go to the last amend. So
What I've done when we have a situation where the buyer is asking for like 5 things, or in lieu of doing repairs,
Please don't ever say
$5,000 credit.
Like, in lieu of your house falling down, we'd like to offer you $10,000
So-
on. You want to? I'm not going to lend on that.
So
Well,
what
you lend
we
your own
do,
money.
what I do in that situation is, okay, we're gonna give them $5,000, so we do an amend with a $5,000 closing, whatever, however they wanna word it,
Right.
to the buyer, and then withdraw the inspection
Yeah.
objection.
Okay.
That's the way it's.
Yes, that's
it's
the way you do it.
Yeah.
Withdraw the inspection, okay, all right.
So withdraw
So-
that and then,
yeah,
so don't
so-
write the in lieu of just.
So what I see,
Right, yeah.
what I see all the time in a resolution is we'll do items 1, 7, 12 in the inspection objection, and then
You gotta look it
you're
up.
opening up like, how do I know what these things are?
Right.
The only way to do that is get the inspection objection.
Yeah.
Then you see, oh, the house is cracked, the roof is falling off, and there's water.
And I
damage.
never
And
address,
so you never.
I never address
wanna
anything in my resolutions, I never address anything but what we're going to do.
Only, yeah. See, maybe taught you well, man.
I mean, I'll get stuff going, yeah, we'll have the furnace
Only say
Uh,
what you're going to do.
replaced.
I don't want to know what you're not going to
We
do.
won't fix the crack in the basement foundation.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't, it's like, no, just let.
Yeah,
just
that's
tell me what you're
exactly
gonna do.
right. That's exactly
Just tell
right.
me what you're gonna
Don't
do.
ever say
People actually
no.
put what they're not gonna do in there?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
get
God.
People
stuff.
do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I never heard
Tara
of
was,
that.
was trying to do that, and I was like, no.
Yeah, do not do that.
I
Right,
think
exactly.
they're protecting themselves, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Right, yeah.
It's a juggle.
Just put what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's,
If you have if it's cash deal, you can write whatever you want.
right, but
Put a Harley in
lender.
there for all I care.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I remember when the resolution and the objection were split, we all used to put no to one, yes.
Oh, it was all
to
one-
right?
it was one
But when it was all one
Yeah.
document, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when they split it, that for a while there, we started doing that same thing until we started learning. Wait a
And
minute,
then-
they're two different documents.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
Wait a minute.
And then the
Can't do this
inspection
anymore.
termination deadline, people would put the inspection termination the same as the resolution.
Right.
But once you submit
Objection.
an objection, that inspection termination, goes away. You
Right.
can't-
Yes,
now-
right, exactly.
Now you can't say, oh, I'm gonna terminate. No.
Right, yes.
You've already
Sorry,
objected.
Yeah,
See you later.
Yeah, I gotta
Now,
jump on
it's
another meeting.
it's semantics,
Yeah.
because, but it's, so that should match the objection. Because all you gotta do is say, well, we're not gonna sign the
All that
resolution.
deadline does is it just clarifies to the buyer that you can terminate before you.
Yeah,
You
you don't have to
just
object.
clarify it, that, it's not really a deadline.
Yeah,
Everybody knows that you can terminate before the objection.
or you can terminate, you don't have to submit an objection.
Right,
You can walk without submitting an objection.
right. So that's always been there. That all
Yeah.
they did is put a deadline there so the buyer now knows you can terminate. Before it was just by words telling them you could do that.
Yeah,
Okay, anybody else want to share anything before we wrap up here?
Yeah, so March 1st, guys, I brought it up last time, so there's like reporting requirements, FinCEN requirements now, right? For entities, and it's all out of the Financial Crimes Division, out of the Treasury.
Uh-huh.
And so each company has their own process of how they're gonna do this, but we're gonna be reaching out for information from your buyers, from your sellers, from individuals going into LLCs, going into trusts, They want to know where the money's going. They want to know. There's like 125, I believe, data points now that they have that we all, as title, that we have to collect, right, and submit to the treasury. And there's a cost that comes with that. So depending on what company you're with and the way that they decide to do that, I mean, ours is I think a $300 to the buy side is how that's working
Okay,
out.
so if there's an investor that has Joe Blow LLC,
He's paying an extra $300.
Yes,
You're
because
paying-
we have to vet them.
Yeah.
We have to vet where
'Cause
their
they have
money's
to
coming and
collect.
going.
So any trust,
A whole bunch of extra
LLC,
trust,
documents.
and
Julie,
LLC.
How about
is that,
gonna
is
take
that
for-
a
What's
federal
that?
thing? Julie's
Yes.
gonna try to come
This
next.
is federal.
And that starts
Oh,
when?
March
Cool.
1st.
Oh, that'd be
FinCEN has been in the works in the background for years, but now they've because of money laundering, right? That's
your
what
one
the way that
client's
they're
gonna cry a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Oh, $300.
$300.
That guy is. He cries at $25.
Right, and I know, like, so last the transactions with us just went up
Wow.
$300.
Is it on the buy
It's
side
on the
or the
buy
sell
side.
side?
It's on the buy side.
Only on the buy side.
No, well, they're gonna ask you for both because if you're
There's
selling,
a $300 charge to the seller too.
no, it's
Yeah.
just a one.
So it's
the,
one
the
when you
thing from
buy-
the seller is not as extensive as what the buyer.
They
Right,
wanna
it's just
know
a
where his
couple of
money's coming
questions.
So it's only when he buys.
It's
Yeah.
the
So
buyer.
when
So-
he buys,
so
anytime he
it'll
buys
be
a
okay.
property, he's gonna have to pay an extra $300.
There's
Yeah.
there's some
So
there's a
that won't
2-page
They're
pamphlet
making
on
it
it
so
right
hard
there.
to launder
There's a
money.
2-page pamphlet right there.
Julie's gonna come next week.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Julie will be here next week, so she can answer.
We can
some
ask her
questions
too.
on it.
Oh, yeah,
So
cool.
in other words,
Cool.
I guess if you
I won't
have
be
a
here
trust,
next week.
buy
You
the
guys
property
do
in
that.
your name. To the
We can
trust after
grill
the fact.
Julie.
Right.
Don't
What's
buy
it
Yeah,
it,
stuff?
all
you
of
know?
it.
I got a
And
question, too.
some
Yeah.
companies are doing it via AI. Some are. We actually have a department of people
So
that
you
are
have
doing this now.
AD. department.
A department. Yeah.
Versus
Like I said,
That
if you want to
does-
get around it like your guy, he could just purchase it in his name, then as soon
He
as he
doesn't wanna do
closes,
that.
quit
Yeah,
claim it
you're
into the
right.
LLC,
He'd have to
right?
do it himself because this is going to also take us away from doing deeds for everybody as well, right? Because
We're gonna not-
because you have to go through this FinCEN process if you're transferring it to your LLC or to your trust out of your being an individual. So it all falls under FinCEN.
What about PR
requirements.
deeds? What about
That's
something
different. I think that PR deed is different. I think a PR
Here's
deed.
the-
But no, because there's a buyer, we're still going to want to vet how they're buying. What are they buying in?
What money are they, where, that's the financial crimes division.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Julie
Yeah, it's-
couldn't come this week because she's on a doing a Zoom meeting
Well,
on it right
great.
now.
Hey, we'll take her next
Yeah.
week.
I wonder if that's, I bet you that's where he